Hey everyone, my name is Taps and welcome to the channel. I am excited. Ecomi just released a video. It was roughly about a 20-minute video where they gave us a bunch of updates, addressed a few issues, and really gave us some insight about where Ecomi is going and the Veve app. I'm a crypto, stock, and real estate investor and never a financial advisor. So let's get right into it. So Dan, who is the COO and co-founder, has been doing interviews left and right with a couple different channels in the community. So like Cheeky Crypto was one, and Everything Currency, or I'm gonna try it. Everything Currency. I'm not cool enough to get away with that. But they also have their own YouTube channel, so you can actually go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell for Ecomi's YouTube channel, where they will you can watch their videos where, again, they have these longer discussions, these longer updates. I will put a link to the YouTube channel, or you can just subscribe to my channel, like the videos, click the notification bell, as I plan on doing updates and little breakdowns of these videos as the ride continues. So for those of you who are new to my channel, some background: I bought into Ecomi about a month and a half ago. I can't remember exactly when. I have some collectibles on the Veve app, so I'm a big Batman fan, so right when I saw it, I was like, I need a Batman. So I have two now, and have added to my position continuously. So I got in pretty low in terms of price and have added more and more. So just for some background, I'm more of a conservative trader than most. I don't really like all in into anything, and I've been trading for crypto for a number of years. And while I've gotten excited about a few projects, I've never been more excited about anything than Ecomi. And that's why I bought more yesterday, and I'm considering buying even more. So here's why: in this video, we have the COO, Dan Rhys, who's the communications manager at Ecomi. And the first update that they address is they're doing such big things that they are actually the front page of the Singapore Business Times, and they're page 2 on the Sunday Star Times, which is a New Zealand newspaper. But why that's significant is because Singapore is, or has been, growing into a big crypto mecca, right? Like it's like the crypto hub, and there's a lot of developers who are hired out of there, and a lot of companies that have been started out of there. So I think having them on the front page is going to stand out and draw a lot of awareness towards everything that the Ecomi and Veve project is doing. The second update that they spoke about was their carbon neutrality program that they're doing. So there's been a lot of talk around everything that happens with crypto, with the crypto miners, not beneficial for the environment. And so them coming out and saying that they're going to be a part of a carbon neutral pledge is pretty cool, right? Like it's a feel good thing that happens where it just makes you want to support the company that's doing it. They have good vibes, The third update is this is actually a few days old, so I have no idea where they are now, but they have now exceeded 60,000 app users of the Veve app, which is what the OMI token is tied to and what the business is tied to, where you can purchase the 3D augmented reality model collectibles. But on that interview, Dan said that they're onboarding 5,000 to 6,000 new users daily. So that's a lot. And they're now announcing weekly series drops to meet that demand, which, as a collector, I'm stoked. And they will also be doing multiple drops the same week on the roadmap, not this week, so as they go on. But that immediately makes me think, okay, they went from doing a every 4 week or so drop to now weekly. How much more Ecomi do you think is going to be burned when more gems are purchased or directly transferred in to buy these collectibles? It's creating more demand, it's creating more burn, it's creating more scarcity for your tokens. So all of these things are very bullish, and that's why I can't stop smiling when I'm talking about Ecomi. The next piece is the drop has been released. It's Ultraman, and this is a screenshot, so this is not the correct drop date, but yeah, Ultraman is the next drop. And if you're not familiar with who Ultraman is, he's essentially like the OG superhero that came to Japan back in the 1960s, and he's the man. He's fighting giant robots and giant dinosaurs and stuff, which it has that Power Ranger feel, right? Like he's a big character in Japan. And one thing that he said that really makes me excited for this drop, and again, I want to get as many as possible, if possible more than one, is because of licensing restrictions, Japan and China do not have access to this drop. So that's essentially like having Batman and Superman or Thor or Iron Man like being released as a drop and us in the US not having access to it. So that's going to create a ton of demand on the marketplace for this collectible, specifically because collectors in Japan are going to want this, right? I mean, they're going to be bending over backwards to try and get and probably pay a premium for this NFT. So again, very, very good news there on this drop. The next piece is probably where you're going to hear a lot of comments, right? So the Uniswap listing of Ecomi has been delayed. So it was supposed to come out in 2 days, or a little bit less than 2 days, on the 24th of March, but now it's coming out the 31st of March. And we can see that actually affected the price a bit as well, right? So we were flying high and we're kind of like settled around that 1 cent, going up a little bit, going down a little bit, but then we see right here, it started selling off and has now climbed back up. It's starting to sell off a little bit again. But that's funny to me because it's probably people who hyped in, who were like, oh, OMI's blowing up, I'm gonna get a piece of it and ride it to the moon. And then in the second that it went from like 0.013 and then it kept trailing down and then it dropped down to like 0.008 and some change, they're like, oh, I gotta get out, it's gonna tank, it's falling. And that's not the case. And so people bought the dip. Smart move, good job, guys. But he directly addresses why it's now been pushed out. Like a lot of people probably thought, oh, there's issues with the integration, or that's not it. So they're dedicated to the Veve app first because it is the company, right? Like the drops are what burn the OMI. They're how you get the collectibles. They're an NFT company and the token is used with the app. So they realized they need to put Veve first as it drives the demand, right? More drops equals more gems, equals more tokens to be burnt. Plus, they shot up fast, right? So I imagine with all the traffic, with all the new users, they're probably needing a little bit more time to get more of the infrastructure built out to be able to handle all this. And this is the piece that that they didn't address, but they teased at, is that there is a Uniswap version 3 possibly being rolled out, but we don't have a hard date. But the fact that they threw that out there is kind of odd, right? Like maybe that's why they're delaying, is they know or have some kind of inkling that the Uniswap version 3 is going to come out, this week. And then there's all these new eyes at Uniswap, right? Because it's a big update. And then come next week, who's the new token that's listed on Uniswap? Ecomi. So that's my speculation as to why they pushed out. I mean, I think that's a smart move on their part, is wait till, version 3 comes out, more eyes, more awareness, more buying. The next update is the marketplace on Veve, which I don't have a picture for, but the marketplace on Veve will be open again soon. It's been shut down, so that's where you can buy, sell your NFTs directly in there. But it's been closed down for a while, so we haven't had a chance to really see how much our collectibles are worth now if you got into like the earlier drops. But with it going from, I don't know if it's probably 10x or 5x in terms of users, but I imagine that marketplace is going to be booming. The next update is they are going to be coming out with 2-factor authentication. So for sending gems, OMI, you're sending your collectibles on the marketplace, It'll be complete and it'll be released near the end of the month, and they will have a biometrics feature. So I imagine, scanning with your thumbprint. Again, more securities are a good thing, right? So like if you're showing someone, your collectible Batman and you set your phone down, you go away, that they will have to use that authentication code to get in. So that's all good news. The next update is the OMI to gem conversion. So it's anticipated for the end of this week, but you no longer need to use your credit card to actually purchase gems to purchase the NFT. Now you can actually use your Ecomi through whatever wallet you have it used in. But again, it's just broadening the ability to get these collectibles. I personally won't be using my Ecomi because I will be hodling it hard and watching it grow. But again, it's just more added versatility in uses in the app. The next update is when the drops do happen, expect delays, right? So we saw that with the Nightwing, which dropped about a week and a half ago. And it's not, when I say delays, I mean it's just going to be a lot happening really fast. Like think about Black Friday and a new PlayStation or like a Nintendo Switch comes out and everyone's standing in line and there's a limited supply, and so everyone's trying to cram through the door and run as fast as possible, so it creates a backup. That's essentially what happens when a drop happens, right? So make sure you have gems on hand, and then the second it comes out, click the buy now button, and then it'll say order received. If it says order received, you got one of the collectibles, and then you own it, right? But it may take an hour or two before it shows up. So don't email them and say like, I didn't get my collectible. Just give it a little bit to make sure that it's just in that queue. And if I were you, I'd leave the app open during that time, which I get it, like plug it in because it's 2 hours wait sometimes, but leave it open just so that way it kind of registers that you made the order. So all of those updates are why I'm excited. I released a price prediction a few days ago, and some people thought I was crazy, right? Because it was higher than expected, and some people thought I was too conservative. They thought I was too low. There's a lot out there saying like, oh, it's going to hit $1. And if you haven't seen the price prediction video, just look at my price prediction video, and you can see what those numbers look like. But I stand by my prediction, as Ecomi has only galvanized my conviction that they're going to continue to skyrocket. The launch button has been pushed. We're at the moon, but we're getting restrapped in and we're blasting off to Pluto. It seems any slight flaw or gap in their offering, they immediately recognize, they address with the community, and then they fix it, right? So I've tried to find reasons why they're not going to continue to grow momentum and scale as a company, and every single time I can't find them, or when I do find them, they solve it. Looking at how hands-on the leadership is with the community is again made me kind of a fanboy, as like the COO is actively doing interviews, and he's not having interviews with like the number one highest subscribers crypto YouTubers, but with the YouTubers have been, speaking about them initially and supporting them since the beginning, which is pretty awesome. I hope they do an interview with Blockchain Andy or CM Top Dog, who I know both were early speakers about Ecomi and what was happening. I actually first heard about Ecomi from Blockchain Andy, and I think he spoke about them when they were like 0.006 a token, and I waited until about 0.014 before jumping in. But again, these are the guys who have been speaking about them early. That's what I've got for you guys. I'm a legit Ecomi fanboy. I'm going to see if there's any merch where I can like rock a shirt for the next update video that I give you. I will continue to give updates on OMI as I find them. I see them on their Twitter, on their Telegram, and on their YouTube channel. So once I have them, I'll be updating continuously and kind of walking you through a breakdown of what it means. But congrats to every single one of you who are OMI hodlers. I know that there's some price volatility happening right now, but again, I think we're going to look back and see like 1 cent as a crazy time to get back in. And congrats to Veve collectors as well, because this is an amazing project to be a part of, and the community is amazing. These NFTs are going to be continually grow in value as well. So please leave your comments below. I'm stoked. My name is Taps. Thank you for your time and happy trading.